Hello everyone, in this video I will bring to you the set 3 of the best 300 MCQs for the month of April 2025. So let's start the video in English. According to the recently released report called Unlocking $25 billion Export Potential, India's hand and power tool sector by the Niti Aayog, the global trade market for the power and hand tools is currently around $100 billion. And this market will become how much by 2035? By 2035, this market will become $190 billion. Now, this is the global trade market for hand and power tools. Now, let's go step by step. What is hand and power tools? Basically, hand tools are those which are operated manually. For example, screwdriver. For example, a hammer. These tools you use manually, right? All of these. But if you are using an electric drill, that is example of power tool because it is powered by the electricity. A drill is used to make a hole in the wall, right? So these are examples of hand and power tool, and it is a very big market. And doesn't matter which type of industry you are in, hand and power tools are necessary so that the people can work more efficiently and productively. And they also help the workers to avoid injuries. They perform very difficult tasks in a very simple manner. So they help the workers to complete the task more quickly. And there are millions of types of hand and power tools. And this is a very big market. This market is around $100 billion and it will become $190 billion by 2035. And what are we targeting? We want exports worth $25 billion. Now I told you hand and tools market is approximately $100 billion. What is the breakup of this? So currently, that is latest data is available for 2022. The hand tools market is $34 billion and the power tool market is $63 billion. So 63 and 34, that approximately is $100 billion, right? But the hand tool market will become $60 billion by 2035. And the power tool market will become approximately $134 billion. So if you add this up, it becomes approximately $190 billion. $190 billion. Is that clear? And China dominates this market. You know, China dominates global exports. So to give you an example, you can see this is the share of exports by country. You can see that China and Taiwan is, so China and Taiwan, if you see, 46% of this market is dominated by China and 18% by European Union, excluding Germany. Germany is 11%. If you see the share of India, it is only 1.8%. So in the hand tools, our export share is just 1.8%. That's it. And what is the share of imports? So in imports, India's share is 1.5%. In exports, it is 1.8%. Now let us take a look at the power tools. In the power tools, if you see, India's share in exports is merely 0.7%, and look at China, 37%. In the power tools, India's import share is 1.7%. So we are nowhere in the global scenario, right? So we are targeting $25 billion worth of exports in the next decade, over the next decade, okay? And it can create approximately 35 lakh jobs. So Niti Aayog is saying that we will target a 25% market share in the hand tools and approximately 10% market share in the power tools. So this is the target set up by the Niti Aayog. And if we are able to do it, our exports will be $25 billion. This is the potential of India in the hand and power tool. So what do we want to do to achieve that? So develop world-class hand tool cluster, make an investment, right? These clusters, at least there should be 3 to 4 cluster that should be spread across an area of 4,000 acres. Then address the structural cost disadvantages. We have a very high, cost of raw material, etc. And do reforms basically. For example, give export subsidies, waive off lot of export duties for the exporters, make the imports of raw material I mean, all these things, right? If we do reforms, then definitely we can achieve our target of $25 billion in the next 10 years. So this is the report of the Niti Aayog. Who among the following has been appointed as the chairperson of the 23rd Law Commission of India? What does the Law Commission of India do? So that I will tell you. First, the answer is Dinesh Maheshwari. Dinesh Maheshwari, 23rd Law Commission of India. Basically, it was notified on 3rd of September 2024. It was notified. Now, before that, we had the 22nd Law Commission, which the tenure of 22nd Law Commission ended on 31st of August 2024, and 23rd Law Commission was notified. Who was the chairman of the 22nd Law Commission? Ritu Raj Awasthi, Justice Ritu Raj Awasthi. And now the chairman of the 23rd Law Commission will be Dinesh Maheshwari. Dinesh Maheshwari is a judge of the retired judge. He is a retired Supreme Court judge. Retired Supreme Court judge. So you see here, there are other people also in the Law Commission. So Hitesh Jain and DP Verma, so they have been appointed as full-time members, and their tenures will be till 31st August 2027. In fact, DP Verma was a member of 22nd Law Commission also. So Justice Maheshwari retired from Supreme Court, and he also served as a judge in the Rajasthan High Court. He was also a judge in various other courts like Allahabad High Court. He was the Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court and Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court. So, according to the Government of India's notification in September 2024, the 23rd Law Commission will have a full-time chairperson and 4 full-time members, including a member secretary. Now, the Secretary of the Department of Legal Affairs and Secretary of the Legislative Department, they will be the ex officio members. There cannot be more than 5 part-time members according to the order. According to the order. So, all of these people will be there. So, 5 part-time member maximum, then 4 full-time members maximum, including member secretary and a chairperson. And all of these departments, Legislative Department, Department of Legal Affairs, they work under the Ministry of Law and Justice. And what does the Law Commission do? Law Commission recommends the legal reforms in India. It works for the betterment of the people of India. So it recommends the reforms in the laws. That is what it does. And Law Commission of India works under the Ministry of Law and Justice. So total, how many people will be there in the Law Commission? 1 chairman, okay, not more than 4 full-time members, not more than 5 part-time members, and 2 people more. That is Secretary of the Department of Legal Affairs and Secretary of the Legislative Department. All of these. So 2 secretaries as ex officio members. So 5 and 4, 9 and 2, 11 and chairman 12. Total 12 people. Maximum 12 people. Law Commission of India also, one job is to identify those laws in India which are now obsolete or outdated and replace them with the new laws. Also, examine the laws which affect the poor people in India. Address the delays in delivery of justice. Simplify the court processes. Make the laws or review the laws with respect to gender equality. I mean, all these are functions of the Law Commission. According to India's International Technology Engagement Strategy for Quantum, ITES report, which country has received the highest amount of private investment in quantum technology, amounting to $6.94 billion in quantum technology? So which country got the highest investment? It is United States of America. And this report, ITES report, is released by the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. The Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. So, who is the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India? Ajay Sood, Professor Ajay Sood. So, we celebrated World Quantum Day on 14th of April, which was also the birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. World Quantum Day started on 14th of April 2021. And 2025, by the way, is the year of International Year of Quantum Science and Technology according to the United Nations. So the United Nations has declared 2025 as the International Year of Quantum Science and Tech. So let me show you the funding. You can see America received the maximum funding. Second was UK, third was Netherlands, fourth was China. And you can see that India is not there, in the among the top countries. India was not in top 10. India received approximate investment of just $30 million. That's it. In the quantum technology and quantum communication. That's it. Now, if you see quantum computing publications which happened, journals, publication, then in quantum computing, we are in top 10. So again, America is number 1, China is close second, and India is at 7th position in publications in quantum computing. What about quantum communication and cryptography? In publication, are we in top 10? Yes. In that, India is 5th. Number 1 is China. In quantum computing, America is number 1 in publication, but in quantum communication, China is number 1 in publication. What about quantum materials and devices? In that, China is number 1 and India is 3rd. Quantum material and devices. So all this data was given in this report. Now in this table, you can see some very big publicly listed unicorn companies in the quantum field, right? So you can see that Chinese companies are there, American companies are there. Look at the company IonQ. This is a company based in America, valued at $5.45 billion. Then there is a company called Quantum C-Tech based in China, company in quantum computing, valued at $3.63 billion. So we have some very, very big companies, right? So in quantum technology sector, there are 13 unicorn companies and 7 are from America. There are 13 unicorn companies and 3 companies are from China. Now, here you can see some other unicorn companies. 7 are from America maximum and 3 are from China. And in India, we have something called a national quantum mission. So what is the National Quantum Mission? What do you understand by it? In National Quantum Mission, what is our target? National Quantum Mission is started by the Ministry of Science and Technology for 8 years. From 2023 to 2031, 8 years. With an investment of approximately 6,000 crore. And we have certain target. For example, we want to develop a quantum computer with 20 to 50 qubit capacity in the next 3 years, 50 to 100 qubit capacity in the next 5 years, and 50 to 1000 qubit capacity in the next 8 years. Also, we want to have a satellite-based quantum communication over a distance of 2000 km. Satellite-based quantum communication between 2 ground stations over 2000 km within India. So these are targets of India's National Quantum Mission. And we have set up 4 T-hubs, thematic hubs also. We have set it up in IISc Bangalore, IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, and IIT Delhi. Now, if you see the funding trend of quantum technology startups in India, the funding is definitely increasing, but it is very, very less if you compare it with America and China. Bangalore-based startup called QPAI has launched a 25 qubit superconducting quantum computer. What is the name? It is one of the most powerful quantum systems built in India. So India is making some progress in quantum field. Now there is a startup called QPAI and it has made something called QPAI Indus. This is the name. And in fact, it was one of the 8 startups that was selected under the National Quantum Mission by the Department of Science and Tech. So it has launched this powerful quantum computer with a capacity of 25 qubit. 25 qubit. Okay. QPAI. Don't forget the name of the company. And there were 8 companies which were selected under the National Quantum Mission. Railway Minister has announced the upcoming launch of automatic train protection system called Kavach. It is a train train collision avoidance system. Now we will have Kavach version 5. So Kavach version 5 will be launched for which of the following cities suburban trains? It will be launched for Mumbai trains, Mumbai's local train, suburban train, and this technology is expected to increase the number of local train services by up to 30% because it will ease the congestion for almost 80 lakh people. They commute in Mumbai's locals every day. There are 3,500 local trains services in Mumbai, and Kavach will reduce the congestion. It will allow the trains to run safely and efficiently. And current version Kavach 4 is already being deployed across the Indian Railway. Now this Kavach system has been developed by which organization? RDSO, Research, Designs and Standard Organization, based in Lucknow. It works under the Ministry of Railways, and it has partnered with some private companies to make this train collision avoidance system, or Kavach. Earlier we used to call it TCAS, or train collision avoidance system. Now we call it automatic train protection system, or ATP. This is a better word. And Kavach was adopted by the Indian Railways, the Ministry of Railways, in 2020. It is based on which technology? RFID, radio frequency identification technology. Radio frequency identification technology. Which team has won the 2024-25 Indian Super League title by defeating Bengaluru Football Club in the final that was held in Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata? Indian Super League, very popular. The average attendance here was more than 10,000 every match. So Mohan Bagan, Super Giant, they created history by winning the Indian Super League, and the final happened in Vivekanand Yuva Bharti Kridangan, which is also known as Salt Lake Stadium, which is in Kolkata. In fact, this is their second Indian Super League title. Last time they won it was for 2023-23 season, right? So that is the award, and these were some other award. Golden Boot Award was given to a player called Alaidin. Emerging Player of the Year was given to Bryson Fernandez, and Golden Ball is given to the best player of the tournament, so Alaidin. And these are all the winners from previous years. So you can see last year it was won by Mumbai City Football Club, this time by Mohan Bagan Super Giant. Who among the following will become the 52nd Chief Justice of India? So it will be B.R. Gavai, Bhushan Ramkrishna Gavai. He will replace Sanjeev Khanna. Sanjeev Khanna is retiring on 13th of May 2025, right? And he will remain the Chief Justice till 23rd of November 2025. So you can say almost 7 months. In fact, he will be the second Dalit Chief Justice of India. He will be the second scheduled caste to become Chief Justice of India. Now, who was the first Dalit Chief Justice of India? The first Dalit Chief Justice of India was K.G. Balakrishnan. K.G. Balakrishnan. He was the Chief Justice of India from 2007 to 2010. 2007 to 2010, right? Now, B.R. Gavai is from Maharashtra, right? And he has held important positions in the past. In fact, you must be remembering the Article 370 abrogation that happened. So he was a part of the 5-judge constitution bench that upheld the abrogation of Article 370. And he was also part of the 2024 verdict that struck down the electoral bond scheme. So a very eminent person. And what is the retirement age of the Chief Justice? Whether it is a Chief Justice or any Supreme Court judge, it is 65 years. It is 65 years. Is that clear? So that is about it. And who has recently become the chairman of the Law Commission of India? Well, Dinesh Maheshwari. We are talking about the 23rd Law Commission of India. The chairman will be Dinesh Maheshwari. And Law Commission of India, the tenure started from 1st of September 2024. And he will replace Justice Ritu Rajavasti, who was the chairman of the 22nd Law Commission. Is that clear? According to the recently released report, The European State of the Climate, 2024 was the warmest year on record for Europe, with record temperatures in Central, Eastern and Southeastern region. This report has been compiled by WMO, which is based in Geneva, World Meteorological Organization, and which organization? So this is the Copernicus Climate Change Service, C3S we call it. So both of these organizations And this Copernicus Climate Change Service belongs to European Union. Copernicus, in fact, is a very important mission of the European Space Agency for studying the climate. Now, Europe is witnessing a lot of warm climate, right? However, the European cities are becoming much more resilient to climate change. So that is a good thing. Also, the renewable energy is increasing in Europe. That is a good thing. But the climate change, they are not able to control. And for the European region and for the Mediterranean Sea, the annual sea surface temperature was the highest ever. And that is a very bad news, right? Because Mediterranean Sea, it was the warmest ever. Even the glaciers in the Scandinavia and Svalbard, which is in Norway, they saw their highest recorded annual rate of loss of ice. Again, a very bad news. Western Europe saw one of the 10 wettest years on record, highest ever rainfall, again, which is a bad news. Then there is a very big concern, which is the warming in Svalbard. Now in Svalbard in Norway, India also has their research base called Himadri in the Arctic, right? So Svalbard is a group of islands located between the Arctic Ocean, Barents Sea, Greenland Sea and the Norwegian Sea. And the Svalbard summer temperature, they surpassed the 2023 record by a very large margin of around 1 degree C. So very, very warm they are becoming, right? For the Arctic as a whole, 2024 for the Arctic as a whole was the third warmest year on record. So all of these things point towards melting glaciers and a very big climate change that humanity may not be able to reverse. And Copernicus Climate Change Service, this Copernicus Climate Change Service, it was formed in 2014. It is a program which is managed by the European Commission. Which of the following traditional instrument has got the GI tag recently? GI tag is awarded for 10 years, right? And it is the Banarasi Shehnai, which is played in the weddings, Shehnai. So let me tell you all the things. Banarsi Shehnai was made popular by Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was Bharat Ratna, and he got the Bharat Ratna in 2001. So this instrument was made popular by him. Now there are other products also which have recently got the GI tag, like the Banarsi Tabla, Banarsi Bharma Mirch, Bareilly Furniture, Bareilly Zari Zardozi Work Handicraft, Terracotta Craft from Bareilly, Mathura Sanji Craft, Bundelkhand Kathia Gehu or Wheat, Pilibhit Bamboo Flute or Bansuri, Chitrakoot Wood Craft, Agra Stone Inlay Work, and then some products from Varanasi like mural painting, Lal Peda, Tiranga Barfi, Thandai and Karonda. So all of these things have got the GI tag. Look, which state of India has the maximum GI tags? Which state of India now has the maximum GI tag? It is UP. Okay. So UP has 77 products which have GI tag. Tamil Nadu is a close second with 69 products. 69 products. Is that clear? And you should not go deep into all of these. Just remember the name. That is good enough. So GI tag is given by DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce, for 10 years, and the office of the GI tag is located in Chennai. It is located in Chennai. As per recently released data from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, India's total exports during the financial year 25 is estimated at what? Registering a positive growth of 5.5%. I'm talking about India's overall total exports. So India's total exports for the last financial year, which has just ended, will be $820.93 billion. And what is the projection for our imports? It is $915.19 billion. So overall imports are more. So we will run into definitely a trade deficit. And this is the breakdown for all. So total 820 will be the exports and 915 will be the import. And you can break it down into merchandise and services. So again, in merchandise, imports are more, but look at the service sector. Exports are way higher, almost double to that of import. So service sector is responsible for reduced trade deficit of India. India's first automated bat monitoring and detection system called Bat EcoMon was created by which institute? It is the Indian Institute of Human Settlement, which is based in Bengaluru. What is Bat EcoMon? It stands for Bat Echolocation Monitoring. It is India's first automated real-time bat monitoring and detection system. This system was developed by bat biologist Kadambari Deshpande and engineer Vedant Barje under the guidance of Jagdish Krishna Swamy. It was designed as a part of the long-term Urban Ecological Observatory at the School of Environment and Sustainability, Indian Institute of Human Settlement, Bangalore. So what does it do? Bat Ecomon autonomously detects, records, analyzes, and classifies the bat echolocation calls in real time, something that previously took researchers months to do manually. It includes an ultrasonic microphone using a modified audio mod device, a Raspberry Pi microprocessor, and a solar-powered battery for power and a Wi-Fi unit for data transmission. So it will record all the movements of the bats, etc. It will help in the conservation of the bats. QNew Labs has launched the world's first and unique platform, what is the name of it, to empower the enterprises to protect critical infrastructure. So as you can see here, it is called Q Shield. Right? It is called Q Shield. And what is Q Shield? By the way, QNew Labs is a company that is based in Bangalore. And in fact, it is one of the startups selected by the Department of Science and Tech under the National Quantum Mission. So it has launched Q Shield to help enterprises protect their critical infrastructure. Now this company QNew Labs started from IIT Madras Research Park. And recently we also celebrated World Quantum Day on 14th of April. And Q Shield is made up of multiple things like Cosmos, Q Connect, Qverse, QSFS, Q Vault. This is further a part of Q Shield. Just remember Q Shield, that is good enough. National Quantum Mission was started with an allocation of 6,000 crore in April 2023 by the Department of Science and Tech. And I have already told you enough times what are our targets of National Quantum Mission, right? National Quantum Mission. Now talking of National Quantum Mission, there is one more company which is called Bangalore-based company called QPi AI. It has made recently something called as QPi AI Indus. This is a 25 qubit capacity supercomputer, quantum computer, QPi AI Indus. Again, it was one of the startups selected by the Ministry of Science and Tech. Ministry of Science and Technology. The third edition of Indian Navy's Meteorological and Oceanological Symposium is a conference called Megyan 2025 was organized at which place? And it was organized in Delhi. The answer is the capital Delhi. Nausena Bhavan in Delhi, and it was inaugurated by Admiral Dinesh Tripathi. He is the Chief of the Naval Staff. Now we celebrate World Meteorological Day on 23rd of March every year because on this day in 1950, World Meteorological Organization was set up. WMO was set up. We have a lot of very important organizations in India like India Meteorological Department in Delhi. We also have IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology in Pune. We have INCOIS Hyderabad, NIOT Chennai. I mean, they all help with respect to weather forecasting. And what was the theme? The theme was closing the early warning gap together. Let us move on. As per recently released India Justice Report, which of the following state has retained its top position in managing prisons with increased budget allocation and 100% utilization? Prison management is done best by which state of India? It is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is the best. Look, India Justice Report is given by the Tata Trust, right? And some other organizations also help in this. But the most important is which state of India is number one when it comes to delivering justice. So that is Karnataka. Overall rank is number one. Andhra is number two. Telangana is number three. So these are the top three states in India with respect to delivering the justice. Now there are some individual ranking for police, prison, judiciary and legal aid. So for prison you can see number one is Tamil Nadu. In policing number one is Telangana. In judiciary number one is Kerala. And in legal aid Karnataka is number one, but overall that matters. Karnataka is number one, Andhra is number two. And these are the ranking for small states. So which is the overall number one? Sikkim. Sikkim is the number one state in India in delivering justice, according to the India Justice Report. In police also Sikkim is number one. In legal aid also Sikkim is number one. In judiciary, Tripura is number one. And in management of prisons, it is Arunachal Pradesh, which is number one. You can see the score out of 10. Karnataka well ahead of its near second state, and Sikkim is well ahead of second position, which is Himachal. Here you can see Himachal is number 2, overall Arunachal is number 3. Which state or union territory has launched the eSehat app? It's a comprehensive digital platform aimed at addressing the healthcare needs of its residents. It has been launched by Jammu and Kashmir. So it will provide e-health solution, telemedicine, where doctors can see the patient sitting from a distance, and it is especially beneficial in the remote areas. So e-Sehat app has been launched by the Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. It will improve the healthcare access and delivery across Jammu and Kashmir. It will also help in secure messaging by healthcare professional, access to electronic health records, prescription, billing management. This app also supports medical students by offering information on academic courses, hostel accommodation, library facilities, etc. It also promotes skill development by providing information about basic life support, CPR, and all these things. So it was launched by Jammu and Kashmir. WHO has published its first ever global guidelines for what? Diagnosis, treatment, and care for which disease? First ever WHO guidelines have been published for meningitis. Meningitis is the inflammation of the brain. The meninge is the covering of the brain, right? Most dangerous is the bacterial meningitis because it can become fatal within 24 hours. Meningitis can also be caused by bacteria, virus, etc. But most common is the bacterial meningitis. So the vision says that we need to defeat meningitis by 2030. How? Well, we want to reduce the cases of vaccine preventable bacterial meningitis by 50% and deaths because of meningitis by 70% by 2030. So this is the target set up by WHO. And you can see a lot of bacteria can cause meningitis. It is a significant global health threat. So what is the target? Eliminate bacterial meningitis epidemics, reduce the cases of vaccine preventable bacterial meningitis by 50% and deaths by 70% by 2030. The All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, has been ranked at which position globally in the world's best hospital list? Among the world's best hospital, AIIMS New Delhi is ranked at 97th position. 97th position. Now, this is a lot of improvement actually, because AIIMS was ranked at 113th position last year, but this year it is ranked at 97th position. And who has given this ranking? Newsweek and Statista. So which is the world's best hospital? The Mayo Clinic in America is number 1. Cleveland Clinic in America is number 2. Toronto General University Health Network is number 3. John Hopkins Hospital in America is number 4. And MIT, Massachusetts General Hospital in America is number 5. So you can see that America leads in healthcare. And then there are others at 6th position, a German hospital, at 7th Swedish, 8th French, 9th Israel, and 10th we have a Swiss hospital. Now, is there any other Indian hospital among the top ones? So you can see that AIIMS is number 1 in India, but it is ranked at 97th position. This is the score, so don't go in the score. Score is not very important. Medanta Medicity, which has many hospitals. Medanta Medicity was ranked at 146th position globally and second best in India. And the third best in India is PGIMR, that is PGI Chandigarh. So PGI Chandigarh was ranked 228th globally. 228th globally. Is that clear? And these are 4th best CMC Vellore, 5th best Breach Candy Mumbai, and 6th best is Apollo Chennai. So these are the best. And how many AIIMS are there in India, by the way? Well, there are 22 AIIMS in India which are being constructed under Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. Also recently there is a Inter-AIIMS referral portal which has been launched. If you want to refer a patient from one AIIMS to another, there is a Inter-AIIMS referral portal which has been launched by the government of India. And initially 2 AIIMS were connected using that portal, AIIMS New Delhi and AIIMS Bilaspur. AIIMS New Delhi and AIIMS Bilaspur. Initially these 2 AIIMS were connected. The 6th edition of STUDYIQ exercise has been commenced at the Foreign Training Node in Ond Military Station in Pune. Now STUDYIQ is an exercise between which 2 countries? STUDYIQ is an exercise between India and Uzbekistan, and it is taking place for the 6th time. It was conducted from 16th of April to 28th of April. So it is mainly a counter-terrorism exercise. So this exercise simulates counter-terrorism mission, including territory capture, joint operations, raids, control measure, search and destroy operation, all of that. India was represented by the Jat regiment, and even Indian Air Force Garud personnel, Garud Special Force, they participated, right? So STUDYIQ, and last year STUDYIQ happened in Uzbekistan. So every year simultaneously it happens between India and Uzbekistan, right? Also, there is one more exercise that you should know, which is called CAS Ind, because its name earlier was Prabal Dostak. Prabal Dostak was the old name of the exercise, and CAS Ind is the new name. So CAS Ind is between India and Kazakhstan. KAZ is Kazakhstan. So I hope you will not get confused between the two countries. Also, India recently did Indra exercise. Indra is between India and Russia. It started in 2003, and today Indra takes place for all the three, Army, Navy and the Air Force. Army, Navy and the Air Force. Don't forget that, right? So Indra is a very important exercise. And also I'll tell you one more. So there is something called AIKME, AIKME, that is Africa India Key Maritime Engagement Exercise. So it was hosted in Tanzania, and it was hosted by India and Tanzania in Tanzania. It went for 6 days, right? And this exercise is in line with the Mahasagar mission of the government of India. We had Sagar earlier, security and growth for all in the region. Now we have Mahasagar, that is mutual and holistic advancement for security across the region. So we launched two things. One is IOS Sagar, Indian Ocean Ship Sagar, as a part of which we sent a ship called INS Sunena to the African country. And second is we did AIKME exercise in Tanzania with the African countries. Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has announced the formation of a 3-member high-level committee to review the center-state relations and recommend the steps to strengthen state autonomy. The committee will be headed by which person? The committee will be headed by Mr. Kurian Joseph. Kurian Joseph, he is a former Supreme Court judge. And this committee will examine in detail the relationship between the union government and the state government to ensure state autonomy. And of course, there are other people also in the committee, like we have A. Ashok Vardhan Shetty, we have M. Naganathan, other people, but the chairman will be Kurian Joseph, right? Tamil Nadu has been constantly demanding for more state autonomy. Earlier it was Karunanidhi who demanded it, now his son M.K. Stalin is demanding it. So Tamil Nadu wants more state autonomy. Now that reminds me recently about Tamil Nadu, that Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So in Kerala, we have a national park which is called Ervikulam National Park. Ervikulam National Park has completed 50 years, and on this occasion, there was a Nilgiri Tahar census that was conducted. Nilgiri Tahar is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. So Nilgiri Tahar census is being conducted jointly by Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Because Nilgiri Tahar is found in both Kerala and Tamil Nadu, but it is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. And don't forget that there is a Kasampatti. Place. It is a sacred grove. In Dindigul, it has been declared as a biodiversity heritage site by the government of Tamil Nadu. Kasampatti Sacred Grove. Recently, manuscripts of what they have been added to the UNESCO Memory of the World Register. Manuscripts of what they have been added. So there are basically two epics from India. One is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and one is the Natya Shastra. So let me tell you more about it. These were inscribed on the occasion of World Heritage Day. World Heritage Day, also known as International Day for Monuments and Sites. We celebrate it on 18th of April every year, and this time the theme was Heritage Under Threat from Disasters and Conflict, Preparedness and Learning from 60 Years of ICOMOS Action, International Commission on Monuments and Sites, or ICOMOS. Now, Both these newly inducted manuscripts are preserved by Pune-based Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute. Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute, right? So the total number of entries in UNESCO register are now 570. 570. So first is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is a conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjun in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And the second is the Natya Shastra, which is written by Bharat Muni. It has more than 36,000 verses. It is considered as the set of rules that define the Indian drama, dance, performance, music, etc. The most important text written ever in India with respect to art, Natya Shastra. So Natya Shastra and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, they are now added to UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. Memory of the World Register. And this year, UNESCO has added 74 new documentary heritage collection from 72 countries and 4 international organizations to its Memory of the World Register. So total entries now are 570. 570. And how many are from India? Well, there are 13 submissions by India, which was the first Indian text to be included in UNESCO Memory of the World Register. It was the Tamil Medical Manuscript Collection. And then others were added, like last year, Abhinav Gupta is an Indian text which was added in 2023. So multiple have been added. So far there are 13. Even Ramcharitramanas is there. Ramcharitramanas was added in 2024, the latest one. Seva manuscripts, they have been added. So Memory of the World program was launched by UNESCO in 1992. 1992, and Memory of the World Register was started in 1997 formally. And then it has been updated every year, every 2 years, except between 2017 and 23 because of COVID and other things. But it is updated every 2 years. And UNESCO is headquartered in Paris. Scientists from which institute they have received the Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics as a part of ELICE collaboration at CERN, a large ion collider experiment at CERN, which is in Geneva in Switzerland. So Breakthrough Prize, this is the Bose Institute in Kolkata. Bose Institute is, it works under Department of Science and Tech, which works under the Ministry of Science and Tech. Now, European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, is an organization which operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. It was set up in 1954. And ELICE is a detector dedicated to heavy ion physics at the Large Hadron Collider. So Bose Institute is a premier research institute. It was set up by J.C. Bose, and yeah, it is based in Kolkata. It's a $3 million breakthrough prize in fundamental physics. It was awarded to thousands of researchers from more than 70 countries. From more than 70 countries, right? So here you can see the institute joined ELICE collaboration under the leadership of Professor Shivaji Raha. In ELICE, Bose Institute is also a party, is also a collaborator. Now, Breakthrough Prize is also known as Oscars of Science, sometimes known as Oscar of Science, and they were announced by the Breakthrough Prize Foundation. So in America, in California, it is based in Santa Monica in California, and yeah, so different physics experiments like ATLAS, CMS, ELICE, LHCb, they all were given the prize. Total money was $3 million. $3 million. And it was given in other fields also. It was given in mathematics, life sciences. It was given in other fields as well. Is that clear? Moving on. Which country has assumed the chair of Interpol's Committee on Governance? Interpol is nothing but international police. It is headquartered in Lyon. It is headquartered in Lyon. So which country is now the chairman of International Criminal Police Organization's Committee on Governance? You can see, you can very easily identify the flag. It is UAE. It is UAE, right? So UAE, and from UAE it will be Dana Humaid. It will be Dana Humaid. Dana Humaid. So as the chairman of the Committee on Governance for a 2-year term, UAE will lead discussions and facilitate decision making within the committee. And this is a newly formed standing committee It was set up in late 2024. So UAE is the first country to become the chairman of this committee, which is called the Committee on Governance of Interpol. Committee on Governance of Interpol. Who among the following has been honored with the MacGregor Memorial Medal for the year 2024 for outstanding contribution in military reconnaissance, exploration and adventure? So it is Jhumar Ram Punia. Jhumar Ram Punia. And there are others also. So you can see now they are asking here for 2024. So the awardee for 2023 were Wing Commander D. Panda from the Air Force and Electrical Artificer for Radio Rahul Kumar Panda. But for 2024, it was given to Chief Electrical Aircraft Artificer Ram Ratan Jat of the Navy and Sergeant Jhumar Ram Punia from the Air Force. So there are two people who were given this honor, right? Now Colonel Ranbir Singh Jamwal, Director of National Institute of Mountaineering and Adventure Sports in Arunachal, he was also awarded. So for 2024, Ram Ratan Jat, Jhumar Ram Punia and Ranbir Singh Jamwal. Now what about this medal? This medal was started in 1888 and basically it is named after Metcalfe MacGregor. He was the founder of the United Service Institution of India, which was set up in 1870. So this award is given for exceptional contribution in military reconnaissance, exploration and adventure. Which company has commenced the construction of an acoustic research ship Yard 3058 being built for NPOL, which is a laboratory of DRDO based in Kochi in Kerala? So it is being constructed by Defence PSU GRSE based in Kolkata. GRSE, and what it will do? Well, this ship will do many things, like it will test acoustic models, it will do spatial high resolution surveys of sound velocity profiles, all of these things it will do. Who among the following has translated freedom fighter S. Ambuja Mal's 1973 Tamil autobiography called The India I Saw, Nan Kanda Bharatam? Who has translated it? So it has been translated by Shriram Venkata Krishnan. Shriram Venkata Krishnan. Ministry of Jal Shakti has launched a new digital platform for providing ecological insights, conservation case studies, and data on river biodiversity of India. This platform is developed by the Ministry of Jal Shakti and which organization together? So this is the Wildlife Institute of India, which is located in Dehradun. Wildlife Institute of India and the Ministry of Jal Shakti, they are launching a new digital platform where you will find all the ecological insights, conservation case studies and data on river biodiversity of India. So it was announced by the Minister of Jal Shakti, Mr. C.R. Patil. Mr. C.R. Patil, right? And Wildlife Institute of India is located where? Wildlife Institute of India is located in Dehradun and it works under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So which rivers data you will find on this portal? You will find the data on the major rivers, the conservation status, biodiversity of these rivers like Ganga, like the Barak River, Mahanadi, Narmada, Godavari, Kaveri, Pamba, all of these rivers data you will find. And this platform is a part of the Ganga Aqualife Conservation Monitoring Center or National Center for River Research, which is aimed at promoting transparency and scientific temperament, scientific rigor in aquatic ecosystem monitoring. So what is the aim of this platform? The aim of this project is basically to create a dedicated conservation monitoring center, planning aquatic species restoration, building institutional capacity, rehabilitation, initiating community-based conservation program and spreading education on biodiversity conservation. All of these things we want to do. And let's not forget, we also have something called National Mission for Clean Ganga, which also works under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti. Now, you must be knowing there was a program called Namami Gange, which was started in 2014. Namami Gange was for conservation and cleaning of the river Ganga, rejuvenation of river Ganga, checking the pollution of river Ganga, and this program was started in 2014-15. 2014-15, right? And this program has been, this program was initially started for 4 or 5 years, but now it has been extended all the way till March 2026. March 2026. Is that clear? Delhi Public School wetland has been declared as a DPS Flamingo Conservation Reserve. by the Maharashtra State Wildlife Board. It is located where? So it is located in Navi Mumbai. It is located in Navi Mumbai. It has been now declared as a Flamingo Conservation Reserve. DPS wetland is now a popular Flamingo Conservation Reserve, and it is spread over 30 acres of area in Navi Mumbai. Now, by the way, this DPS Flamingo Conservation Reserve is a part of Thane Creek. Thane Creek is a Ramsar site and it is a famous flamingo sanctuary. Thane Creek, right? It is Thane Creek is basically one of the distributary of Ulhas River. Thane Creek is formed by the Ulhas River, and you know that Thane Creek Flamingo Sanctuary is a notified marine sanctuary in Maharashtra. In fact, it is Maharashtra's second marine sanctuary after the Malvan Marine Sanctuary. So Malvan Marine Sanctuary in Maharashtra is the first one, which was notified earlier in 2015. So Thane Creek Flamingo Sanctuary is the second marine sanctuary of Maharashtra, and DPS Flamingo Conservation Reserve is a part of Thane Creek Flamingo Sanctuary. It is a very important place for flamingo birds, very beautiful flamingo birds, right? Another important thing, Maharashtra State Wildlife Board has also approved the expansion of Boar Wildlife Sanctuary, which is located in Wardha. So the size of the Boar Wildlife Sanctuary will be increased. And Boar Wildlife Sanctuary is also a tiger reserve in Maharashtra. It is also a tiger reserve in Maharashtra. So Boar Tiger Reserve, which is a wildlife sanctuary, it was declared as a tiger reserve in 2014. It is located in Wardha in Maharashtra, and it is home to tigers and other wild animals. Right? Now, the flamingo birds that are found in India are called greater flamingo. These are pink colored, rosy colored, pink colored birds, and they eat algae, they eat fishes, they eat crustaceans, diatoms. So they are very beautiful and they are an attraction for all the tourists. Here, one more thing I will add. Maharashtra government has made a temple in the name of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. It is the first Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj temple in Maharashtra, and it has been set up where? So it will open in Bhivandi Taluka in Thane. Bhivandi Taluka, which is in Thane district of Maharashtra. Thane district of Maharashtra. Is it India's first Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj temple? No. It is India's second, but Maharashtra's first. India's first Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj temple is located in Sri Salam, which is in Telangana. As per the recently released report called Trade and Development Foresights, under pressure, uncertainty reshapes global economic prospect by UNCTAD, which is based in Geneva, United Nations Trade and Development. India is projected to grow by what percent in 2025? Now, the global growth forecast by them is just 2.3% in 2025. India will, however, be growing at a massive 6.5%. Even though 6.5 is not very good compared to previous years, but given that financial volatility, the global uncertainty, the geopolitical tensions in the world, this is not a bad growth, right? And according to UNCTAD, the global growth was 2.8% in 2024, but it will slow down to just 2.3 in 2025. So here you can see some trends, and you can also see continent wise, right? So India will be among the fastest growing economy in the world. I'm saying major economies. What about China? China will grow at 4.4%. America will grow at only 1%, and India will grow at 6.5%. Here also you can appreciate the projection by them for various continents, right? You can see for America it is just 1%. Just 1% by UNCTAD. UNCTAD is United Nations Trade and Development, and it is headquartered in Geneva. Here I would also like to tell you that India has been appointed as, in a group of experts. So India is a group of experts from 2025 to 2027 of ISAR. ISAR is a part of UNCTAD. What is ISAR? International Standard of Accounting and Reporting. International Standard of Accounting and Reporting. So India is now a part of the UN group of experts of ISAR. from 2025 to 2027. An ISAR mechanism was created by UNCTAD, in 1983. In 1983. Anusandhan National Research Foundation, ANRF, has announced a selection of pair networks comprising of 18 hubs and 106 spokes under the PAIR program. What is PAIR program? Partnerships for Accelerated Innovation and Research. So in PAIR program, what happens is there is a university where research is good. We pair it with that university where the research is bad, so that the university where the research is good can help that university where the research is bad. And this university where the research is good is called a hub, like IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, where research is very good. So these are hubs, and one hub can be partnered with multiple bad universities. This is called the hub and spoke model, right? So as a part of the PAIR program, currently 18 hubs have partnered with 106 spokes. And this is a program run by ANRF. Now what is ANRF? So ANRF is nothing but an upgrade over Science and Engineering Research Board. Science and Engineering Research Board was created in 2008 by the Ministry of Science and Technology. So according to ANRF Act of 2023, SERB was replaced by ANRF. It works under the Ministry of Science and Tech. Now one hub can have maximum 7 spokes. 7 spoke institutions, right? One hub can have maximum 7 spokes. Okay, so 18 institution, they are selected as hub, and they will lead collaborative research and capacity building efforts in 106 spokes. Spokes are those colleges where the research is not that good. Now here you can see, for example, Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, it has been partnered with 7 spokes. University of Hyderabad with 6 spokes. So like that. Total there are 18 hubs and 18 hubs total and 106 spokes. So this is the program called PAIR. Very, very important program, PAIR program. And it was started by, the Ministry of Science and Tech by ANRF. The European Union Naval Force, that is UNAV-4, Operation Atlanta, which operates in the Western Indian Ocean and the Red Sea, has proposed a joint exercise with which of the following naval forces at the end of May 2025. So, European Union Naval Force, this is the Navy of the European Union, and they have proposed it with the Indian Navy. And this will be done at the end of May. European Union is a union of 27 countries. And so actually in the Red Sea area, in the Western Indian Ocean area, we are experiencing lot of uncertainty. For an example, in the Horn of Africa area, where the country Somalia is there is a lot of piracy, lot of looting of the ships and all that is happening. All of this is happening by the Houthi rebels. These are the rebels in Yemen. These Houthis are supported by countries like Iran. They are very powerful. They are anti-America. And so Operation Atlanta was started by European Union Naval Force, and now they want to partner with India. Is that clear? So that is what they want to do. Let us move on. Which of the following country has signed a headquarter agreement with International Big Cat Alliance to host its headquarter and secretariat? International Big Cat Alliance was created by the leadership of India, and its headquarter and secretariat both will be in India. So recently the headquarter agreement was signed, and where will be the headquarter, they will announce later. Indian government has given a support of 150 crore for 5 years from 2023-24 till 2028-29. An International Big Cat Alliance was launched when? It was launched by Pradhan Mantri Modi on 9th of April 2023. This is for protecting 7 big cats: tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar and puma. Out of these 7 big cats, only jaguar and puma is not found in India. Rest all are found in India. And it's a good thing that the headquarter of all these big organizations is in India. Like for example, like Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI, is headquartered in India in New Delhi. International Solar Alliance is headquartered in Gurugram in Haryana, and now IBCA. This shows the soft power of India, right? And who was the person who gave this term soft power, who has passed away recently? Do you know about that person? His name was Joseph Nye. Joseph Nye was a influential American political scientist. He passed away recently. He is the one who gave this word called soft power. Indian Institute of Spices Research, which is in Kerala, in Kozhikode, right? Kozhikode, which has been recently declared as a elder-friendly or age-friendly city, aged-friendly city by the WHO. Kozhikode was also declared as a city of literature by UNESCO last year. So Indian Institute of Spices Research has developed a new light-colored turmeric variety specifically for the masala industry. So what is the name of this turmeric variety? What is the name of this turmeric variety? So it is called IISR Surya. IISR Surya. It is a very light colored turmeric variety, and it's a very high quality turmeric, right? Very pleasant aroma, and it will give farmers 20 to 30% more yield, more productivity. So more profit, you know. If you grow this, then 41 ton per hectare you can grow. And the chemical which is present in turmeric is called curcumin. So it has more curcumin content, right? Its curcumin content is around 2 to 3%, which is very good. So Indian Institute of Spices Research is located in Kozhikode, and it works under Indian Council of Agriculture Research, which works under further the Ministry of Agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture. Now here I would also like to tell you that there is an institute again which works under ICAR, which is called Central Tuber Crops Research Institute, and this institute has created a new sweet potato variety called SP954. And this variety is good because it is rich in beta carotene. Therefore beta carotene makes vitamin A in our body, and it has a very good weight of around 300 gram. So again, profitable for the farmers. So this variety has been created recently. Who among the following has been appointed as the new secretary of the Department of Agriculture Research and Education and Director General of ICAR? So ICAR, the new Director General will be Mangi Lal Jat. And he will replace Dr. Himanshu Pathak. Indian Council of Agriculture Research works under the Ministry of Agriculture, and it was set up in 1929. So it is almost a 100 years old institution, right? Dr. Himanshu Pathak has become the Director General of ICRISAT, International Crop Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, which is located in Hyderabad. Which of the following company is becoming the first coal public sector company to adopt paste fill technology for coal mining? Paste fill technology for coal mining. This is the Southeastern Coalfield Limited. And they are testing this technology in the Singhali underground mine. Now, what is this paste fill technology? In paste fill technology, what you essentially do is, it's a modern underground mining method that eliminates the need to acquire surface land. So basically, let's say this is your land, and somewhere here is coal. Now, when you extract the coal from here, there is a risk of this land which is above it, that it can collapse. But what you do is, when you take out this coal, you fill this void with a paste which is made from fly ash, which is made from the waste material, cement, water, binding chemical, the waste material from mining, all of this. So it prevents the land from collapsing or from subsidence. So this paste is made from industrial waste material. Therefore, this process is environmentally sustainable, environment friendly. And Southeastern Coalfield Limited is a company that is headquartered in Bilaspur in Chhattisgarh, and it is one of the largest coal producing companies of India. And that also reminds me that recently there are two mines. One is called Marwa Tola 2, which has started auction. It was auctioned recently. It is in Madhya Pradesh. And one mine called Namchik West, which is in Arunachal. Both of these were auctioned recently. So coal mining has started in both of these. Indian Army has organized the Surya Devbhoomi Challenge. It's a high altitude triathlon in collaboration with which state government? The answer is Uttarakhand. Basically, Central government, they have a program called Vibrant Villages program. This you know, for the development of the border villages. So Surya Dev Bhumi challenge is a part of Vibrant Villages program, and it will focus on the holistic development of villages in the Harshil Valley of Uttarakhand. Harshil Valley of Uttarakhand. So there is a triathlon, 110-kilometer cycling race. This will start from Nelang Valley, and it will reach a place called Bhatwadi, and along the way there will be a lot of villages. So there will be spotlight that will be put on these villages. There is a trail run, then there are multiple cycling runs, normal runs, and all this is a part of this triathlon. Even State Bank of India is a partner in this event. Right? So Vibrant Villages program is run by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and Vibrant Villages program, currently we are having the second part of it, right? It is a central sector scheme, 100% funded by the government of India. So in second phase, there will be 6,839 crore amount that will be spent till 2028-29. Now in the first phase, we aimed at those villages which were on the China border, but in the second phase, we are focusing on a lot of states, the border villages in Arunachal, Assam, Bihar, Gujarat, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, a lot of states. So now there are a lot of states which are a part of Vibrant Villages program too. And high quality roads will be set up, infrastructure will be set up in these villages, smart classes, tourism circuits, cluster development, educational infrastructure, sustainable livelihood opportunities, all of these things will be there. Recently, type 5 diabetes was officially recognized as a distinct form of diabetes by the International Diabetes Federation at the 75th Diabetic World Congress. Where was it held? It was held in Bangkok in Thailand. A very, very important question. You must have heard about type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, gestational diabetes, which happens in pregnant women. Now there is one more type of diabetes, which is called type 5 diabetes. We also celebrate World Diabetes Day on 14th of November every year. Now, type 5 diabetes basically is in young adults in the low and middle income countries, mainly young adults or very lean adults, So what happens in type 5 diabetes? Well, and 25 million people in the world, they suffer from type 5 diabetes. So it is a critical public health priority. So type 5 diabetes affects lean teenagers and young adults whose body mass index is less than 18.5 kilogram per meter square. In type 1 diabetes, what happens is there is an autoimmune destruction of insulin producing cell, which is the beta cells of the pancreas. So the beta cells are not there, which produce insulin. That happens in type 1 diabetes. In type 2, insulin is there, but it does not work because there is insulin resistance. But in type 5, what happens? In type 5, there is a malnutrition induced damage to the pancreatic beta cell. So in type 5 also, there is a damage to the beta cells, but that is not because of autoimmune destruction. That is because of malnutrition. So this leads to insulin secretion levels up to 70% lower compared to healthy individuals. So type 5, people with type 5 diabetes, they are insulin deficient and not insulin resistant. Okay, just like type 1, they are insulin deficient and not insulin resistant. So extreme fatigue, weight loss, and frequent infections, which are often mistaken for other diabetic types, are critical features of important features of type 5 diabetes. And since these people have malnutrition, their body fat is as low as 10 to 12%. In healthy people, the body fat is around 20 to 25%. So type 5 diabetes was initially noticed in 1955. It was noticed in Jamaica for the first time in West Indies. In Jamaica, that time it was called J-type diabetes. J-type diabetes. Then WHO started calling it malnutrition related diabetes mellitus. Right? But now finally it is called type 5 diabetes. And this is a very, very important question. Recently, excavation of 4.53 kilometer Silkyara tunnel has been completed. Chief Minister of Uttarakhand announced that this tunnel will be named after which sage? So it is Baba Bhoknag. Baba Bhoknag is a local god, is a local deity. And Silkyara tunnel, also known as Silkyara Bend Barcoat Road Tunnel. Do you remember in 2023, 41 construction workers were trapped inside? This is the same tunnel. Those workers were rescued after a lot of days, I think 17 days. And Chief Minister of Uttarakhand Pushkar Dhami, he also inaugurated Baba Bhoknag temple at the mouth of the tunnel. So this tunnel is significant because it will give good connectivity. It will reduce the distance between Gangotri and Yamunotri by 25 kilometer. This tunnel has been created at a cost of around 1384 crore rupees. So it is 4.531 kilometer long, 2-lane bi-directional tunnel with an escape passage, and it is located on the Dharasu Yamunotri section. It is a part of National Highway 134, and the new Austrian tunneling method was used for the construction of the tunnel. And it is a part of the Char Dham route. It will reduce the distance between Gangotri and Yamunotri, which are part of the Char Dham, by 25 kilometer. 25 kilometer. Also, Uttarakhand Chief Minister has launched a mobile app recently called Bhagirath. Bhagirath. Why? Bhagirath basically is a mobile app where it will be used so that the citizens of Uttarakhand, they can report water sources in their locality that are dying or that are at the risk or in critical condition. If you have any water source in your locality, like a pond or a small lake or anything like that, which is in critical condition, you can report on the Bhagirath mobile app. So it will help in rejuvenation of rivers, springs, ponds, lakes, etc. Who among the following, which Indian has not been included in the recently released World Economic Forum's 2025 list of young global leaders? So which of the following is not in the list is what they are asking. Well, Adit Palicha is not in the list. Adit Palicha and Kevalya Vora, they are the founders of the unicorn company Zepto. So they are not in the list, and this list has 116 people, who are below the age of 40 from around 50 countries. And these are those people who have contributed significantly in business, politics, science, arts. You can see Ritesh Agarwal from India here. So let me tell you all the people from India who are there. Ritesh Agarwal is here. He is the founder of OYO. Kinjarappa Ram Mohan Naidu is the Minister for Civil Aviation, very young. Nipun Malhotra, he is the founder of Nipman Foundation in India. Then Alok Anil, he is the founder of a company called Next Big Innovation Lab from Bangalore. Netranjan Shankar, a founder, managing director of Boston Consulting Group. Mansi Subramaniam is the editor-in-chief of Penguin Random House. And Anurag Malu, he is a mountaineer and an entrepreneur. So these are the people from India who are part of the list. And then of course there are global people below the age of 40. You don't need to remember them at all, right? So these are the people who were in the list. One thing I will tell you, however, that recently there was a list by Forbes, most influential women in the world, and that list had one woman from India. Can you tell me what was the name of that woman? Very important question. It is Purnima Devi Burman from Assam. Purnima Devi Burman from Assam is one of the most influential women in the world because she has done a lot of work for environment conservation. In fact, in Assam, she created an army of women called Hargila to protect the adjutant stork bird, which in local language they call as Hargila. So don't forget her name. Prime Minister of India, he inaugurated India's first deep water transshipment port, which is called Vizhinjam or Vizhinjam International Seaport. It is in Kerala. Now the port is being built by which company? The answer is Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone. And it was inaugurated by Pradhan Mantri Modi on 2nd of May 2025. So it is located in the town of Vizhinjam, which is located in Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala, which is also the capital and a coastal town in Kerala. Now it is developed under the public-private partnership mode. It is one of the largest initiatives in India's port sector. So let me tell you more about it. It is a state-owned port. It is owned by the government of Kerala and it will be operated by the Adani Group for a period of 40 years. And this project basically is, it's a very important project. More importantly, it will be operated by the Adani Group for 40 years, but it is owned by the government of Kerala. And look, it is a very unique port in that sense because all the ports are owned by the central government, but this is a port that is owned by the state government. So in that regard, and it has a very good depth, it is a deep sea port, deep water port. So you can see it has a depth of around 18 meter close to the shore, and therefore it requires no dredging or taking off the soil, or all those things. The ship will basically not get stuck. Even the large ship, the next generation ultra large containers, they can come here, right? And it is a transshipment port. So any ship that is coming from the Europe or Middle East, or going towards Southeast Asia or China can stop here. And India is developing only, so this is the first transshipment port of India. Which is the second one that India is developing? So that is the Galathea Bay in Andaman and Nicobar. Galathea Bay transshipment port in Andaman and Nicobar. And by the way, this is a greenfield port, completely greenfield port. This is a greenfield port. So very, very important question. Okay, never forget it. Recently released World Trade Organization's Global Trade Outlook and Statistics 2025 reveal that the global merchandise trade is projected to decline by what in 2025. Now, because of the global tensions, because of the international relation turmoil, all of these things, the WTO, which is based in Geneva, says that the global merchandise trade will decline by 0.2% in 2025. That is what they are saying. And they are saying that if the trade tensions escalate further, then the decline could deepen to 1.5%. Now in 2024, there was a positive growth, positive 2.9% growth in the global merchandise volume, in the merchandise trade. But this year there will be a contraction. The minimum contraction will be 0.2%, and if the tensions escalate further, it can rise to as high as 1.5%. 1.5%. Now let's take a look at the India's position. So in 2024, India's rank among the leading merchandise exporters dropped to 14th. Dropped to 14th, right? And what is India's share in global merchandise trade? It was 2.2% in 2024. And what is India's rank among the merchandise importer? So it was 7th. And what is India's share in the global merchandise import? 3.4%. So in imports, we are 7th. In exports, we were 14th. Now you can see the forecast here. You can see that in 2024, there was a positive 2.9% growth, right? But in 2025, it will be minus 0.2%. And in 2026, it will again pick up. It will be again plus 2.5%. So this is the merchandise growth that is expected. Now let me also show you with respect to export and import. So here you can see India is 14th when it comes to the exporter, China is number 1. And when it comes to the importer of merchandise, then America is number 1 and India is at 7th position. 7th position. And this data definitely matters a lot because, because WTO, World Trade Organization, is a significant body, right? That is why. As per recent information, Indian Air Force, they are participating in an exercise called Desert Flag. Now, Desert Flag is a multi-country exercise. Which country is hosting this exercise? So, Desert Flag exercise is hosted by the UAE and many countries will participate. So, Indian Air Force participated and MiG-29 and Jaguar aircrafts and all of these, they were there. Now, it is an Air Force exercise. So, where did it take place? It took place at Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE. Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE. And a lot of countries like Australia, Bahrain, France, Germany, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, UK, US, South Korea, India. So they all participated. This exercise took place from 21st of April to 8th of May. 8th of May, right? And this MiG-29 is Russian made. Okay, we use it extensively. It is a Soviet aircraft that we use extensively. And Jaguar is developed by two companies. Jaguar aircraft is developed by two companies. One is Breguet, which is a French company. And Breguet is now part of the Dassault Aviation Group, which manufactures Rafale. And the British company called British Aircraft Corporation. So the French company Breguet and British company BAC, they manufacture it together. And with UAE, India, do they do any exercise together? Yes, it is called Zayed Talwar. So this is the name of the exercise that UAE and India, they do together. And by the way, recently, India and Uzbekistan, they did an exercise recently called STUDYIQ. Now, it happened for the 6th time between the two countries in the place called Ondh, which is in Pune. There is a Ondh military station in Pune. It happened between India and Uzbekistan. India and Uzbekistan. Also, don't forget that the maritime exercise between India and Russia called Indra took place just off the coast of Chennai in the Bay of Bengal. And Indra is done by the Army, Navy and the Air Force. I'm talking about the one that was done by the Navy. So 2 Indian ships participated, and this takes place between India and Russia, by the way, the Indra exercise, and INS Rana and INS Kuthar. So these are the 2 Indian ships which participated in this important exercise. And one of the most important exercise, AKME, because this is a part of India's strategy towards the African country, Africa-India Key Maritime Engagement, or AKME. Now, where was it done? It was done in Tanzania recently, and it was hosted by both India and Tanzania. So a lot of African countries participated, like Comoros, Djibouti, Mauritius, Mozambique, Seychelles, South Africa, Madagascar, Kenya. So it was between the African countries and India. So you know that India launched 2 initiatives recently, AKME and IOS Sagar, Indian Ocean Ship Sagar. So Indian IOS Sagar is basically to have better collaboration with Indian Ocean region countries, right? So as a part of IOS Sagar, we sent a ship called INS Sunena to 9 friendly foreign countries like Comoros, Kenya, Madagascar, Maldives, Mauritius, Mozambique, Seychelles, Sri Lanka and South Africa. And AKME was done recently in Tanzania. As per the data released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which of the following country has emerged as India's largest trading partner with bilateral trade reaching $131.84 billion? So in the financial year 25, we did the maximum trade. When I say trade, import plus export together with America. America was our largest trading partner. The import plus export was $131.84 billion. Which was second? So second was China. Our trade with China was $127.7 billion, very close second. And the third was UAE. Our trade with UAE was $100.5 billion. $100.5 billion. Is that clear? So UAE is our third largest trading partner. Now the problem is that with America, India has a trade surplus, but with China, India has a trade deficit. In fact, if you talk about, India, America, so let me show you. The imports from America were 45 billion approx, right? And what about the export? Exports, India's export to America were 86 billion. So it is in our favor, right? We have a trade surplus. With America around $41 billion, which means we export them more, we import less from America. It is in our favor. So what did we export mainly in America? Drug formulations and biologicals, generic drugs mainly, telecom instruments, precious and semi-precious stones, etc. Right? And what did we import from America? Crude oil, petroleum products, coal and coke. This is what we purchased from America. Now what about India, China? That here is the problem. So China was India's second largest trading partner. The total trade was $127.7 billion. But look at this. India's exports to China were only $14 billion. And look at our imports from China, $113.45 billion. So our trade deficit with China was a massive almost $100 billion. Almost $100 billion, right? And that is the problem. And what is the target? What is the future outlook when it comes to America? How much trade are we targeting with America? $500 billion bilateral trade by 2030. By 2030. This is what we are targeting. What about UAE? We are targeting a trade of $100 billion non-crude trade. Because now you will say, sir, with UAE, we are already doing $100 billion. That includes crude oil. Non-crude oil trade, we are targeting $100 billion with UAE by 2030. 2030. Who among the following has been named the youngest person in the Time 100 most influential people in the icons category? So in this list, there were multiple categories, right? We'll not go into too much detail in that. But Léon Marchand, he is a French swimmer. He is a French swimmer. He won many gold medals in the Paris Olympics recently. So he was the youngest, right? And in this list, there were 100 people, most influential people. Now, the bad thing was there was no Indian in the list. Not a single Indian in these 100 people, right? So who were the main people? Like obviously the usual suspects, Donald Trump, the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, Tedros Adhanom, he is the Director General of WHO. So these were the people. There were titans, there were different category, pioneers, innovators, but none that I don't think any name is important. However, one name that caught my eye is Reshma Keval Ramani. Reshma Keval Ramani. Reshma, no, she is not an Indian. She is a person of Indian origin, you know, and currently she is the CEO of Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Vertex Pharmaceutical is an American pharmaceutical company. She is the CEO. Reshma Keval Ramani was in the list in the leaders category. But apart from that, there was no Indian in the list. That was a little surprising. So Leo Marchand was youngest. He is only 22 years old. And who was the oldest in the list? Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus, Nobel Peace Prize winner, currently the acting Prime Minister of Bangladesh, you can say. So Muhammad Yunus was 84 years old when the list came out. He was the oldest person in the list. India's first indigenously built satellite Aryabhatta has completed how many years on 19th of April 2025? Aryabhatta was the first satellite that India launched into the space. When was it launched? 19 April 1975. So it has completed Golden Jubilee or 50 years. Now the satellite was built by ISRO. Okay, this is very important. It was built by ISRO, but where was it launched from? So it was launched from Kapustin Yar. There is a place called Kapustin Yar. This is the launch place of that time USSR. So we launched it with the help of Russia. We launched it that time. So this was India's first indigenously built satellite. It was named after the famous mathematician Aryabhatta, who lived in the 5th century CE and who is credited with the invention of zero. So this was a huge leap for India, right? So when did Aryabhatta came back to the earth? It came back to the earth on 10th of February 1992. So it spent approximately 17 years into the space. It came back to the earth's atmosphere on 10th of February 1992. It was a huge thing. Now talking of huge thing, there is an Indian private space company called Skyroot Aerospace, which is based in Hyderabad. It is a private aerospace company from India, and it has tested its engine called Kalam 100 recently, and this engine will be fitted in their rocket called Vikram 1. Vikram 1. So Kalam 100 is named after APJ Abdul Kalam, and Vikram 1 is named after Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai. So Vikram 1 is India's first private commercial orbital launch vehicle, and it can carry a weight of up to 480 kg to the low Earth orbit, which of around 500 kilometers away from the Earth. So remember, Kalam and Vikram, Kalam engine and Vikram rocket, they are both associated with Skyroot Aerospace. Skyroot Aerospace. Who has become the chairman and managing director of Mazagodok Shipbuilder? Mazagodok Shipbuilder is a company that works under the Ministry of Defense. Okay, it manufactures ships for the Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard. The answer is Mr. Jagmohan. He is a former Navy retired captain. So, and it's a big company, very big company. So Mazagodok Shipbuilder is based in Mumbai, right? It was founded in 1934. So it is a more than 90 years old company. And recently 3 ships were built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder, which have been commissioned. So one is the submarine Vagshir, and Vagshir was a part of Project 75, right? Vagshir submarine. You must have heard about, Vela, Vagir, Vagshir, all of these submarines, 6 submarines as a part of Project 75. Then there is INS Nilgiri, which was a part of Project 17A. It was commissioned recently, built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder, and INS Surat, which was a part of Project 15B. Project 15B, where 4 ships were there: Visakhapatnam, Mormugao, Imphal, and Surat, right? And Project 17A, you know, all these ships which were named after mountain, Nilgiri, and so many others. So Nilgiri specifically was built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder, because there were some ships. In Project 17A, there were 7 ships, and some were built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder, some were built by Garden Shipbuilder and Engineer, but INS Nilgiri was built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder. So Bagshir, Surat, and Nilgiri all were commissioned recently, and all were built by Mazagodok Shipbuilder. According to the recent information, Southeast Asia's largest pilot training institute, they will train 180 pilots annually, is set up where? So it is being set up in Amravati in Maharashtra, and the aviation sector in India is booming thanks to the UDAN scheme. So they will train pilots here. It was announced by Ministry of Civil Aviation, and this airport, Amravati Airport, it is operated by whom? It is operated by Alliance Air. Alliance Air is a subsidiary of Air India. Earlier it was called Air India Regional. So here pilot training, Southeast Asia's largest pilot training institute has been set up, right? This has been set up with an investment of over 200 crore rupees. 200 crore rupees, and it will start within the next 6 months. As per recent information, the Made in India robotic surgery system, what is its name, will be unveiled at the State Cancer Institute in Guwahati. Guwahati Cancer Institute is one of the finest cancer institutes in the country, and it will be called Made Jarvis. Made Jarvis, this is a surgical machine. Robot will do the surgery, and robotic arms will do the surgery. The robotic arms will be equipped with the surgical instruments and high definition 3D camera, which will allow for complex procedures to be carried out. Cancer surgeries will be done by robots. So this is called Made Jarvis. Philippines is hosting Bali Cotton exercise. Now, Bali Cotton is done only between Philippines and America, but this time Australia and which other country are participating? So Japan is also participating this time. Japan is also participating, and it is taking place at Luzon. Now Luzon Island, Luzon Strait is very close to the South China Sea, and yeah, so Bali Cotton exercise is taking place for the 40th time, and it is involving this time America, Australia, Japan, and Philippines is hosting it. Philippines is hosting it, keeping an eye on America. Now this exercise started between America and Philippines way back in 2002, and Australia joined this exercise in 2014. So then it became a trilateral exercise, but this time Japan is participating for the first time. Which of the following institute has launched the HEALD to combat liver diseases across India? HEALD means Healthy Liver Education and Alcohol Associated Liver Disease Prevention Initiative. Now it is seen that in today's generation, the liver diseases are increasing because of sedentary lifestyle and alcoholism, like fatty liver, and all these are becoming very common. So Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences, which is one of the best liver hospitals in India, it is located in New Delhi. It has launched HEALD, and it was launched on 19th of April, that we celebrate as the World Liver Day. And what was the theme of the World Liver Day? Food is medicine. Food is medicine. Okay. In fact, Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister and Minister for Cooperation, he also inaugurated India's first LEHAB. What is LEHAB? So it is India's first integrated liver habilitation center called LEHAB. And in fact, so it was also inaugurated at the Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences in New Delhi, India's first integrated liver habilitation center. Here I would also like to tell you that AIIMS New Delhi, or Indian Institute of Medical Science in New Delhi, it has been named the 97th best hospital globally in the world's best hospital list 2024, which was given by Newsweek and Statista. Now Newsweek is a magazine which is published from New York. So it is the 97th best hospital in the entire country. And which is the best hospital in the world? Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic is based in America, in Rochester city. It is the world's best clinic, right? All these things are important. According to the recent information, which of the following country is set to open the world's tallest bridge called the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge? Look, PM Modi, you must have heard that, PM Modi, he recently inaugurated the Chenab Rail Bridge, right? Chenab Bridge is 359 meter in the height. Okay, but in China there is a there is a bridge which is the world's tallest. And what is the height of this bridge? It is a massive massive, almost 300-meter taller than Chenab Bridge. It will be 625-meter or 2051 feet. 2051 feet once completed. And this bridge is under construction in China. Let me tell you more about it. It is called Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge. It is a suspension bridge under construction. Suspension means what? So you can see it is suspended by these cables, right? So it is in Guangzhou province of China on the Bipan River. Bipan River. Upon completion, it will be a massive 625-meter from the bridge deck to the bottom of the gorge. So whenever you see such question, don't just mark Chenab Bridge. And it's a very costly bridge. Look at the amount, 2200 crore. So this bridge is constructed by Alimak Construction. Alimak Construction is a company from Sweden. So they have helped China in making this bridge, right? So this will be the tallest bridge in the world. That reminds me that China has recently launched the Three Gorges Antarctic Eye. Three Gorges Antarctic Eye. It is a telescope. It was launched in Antarctica, named after the Three Gorges Dam. Three Gorges Dam, right? Which is on Yangtze River, which is the longest river in China. So Three Gorges Dam. So Three Gorges Antarctic Eye, it will be located on the Zhongshan Research Station in Antarctica. Standard & Poor Global Market Intelligence has released its annual ranking of the world's 100 largest banks by assets. So in this report, State Bank of India and which Indian bank are the only two banks? 100 biggest banks in India. So HDFC Bank and State Bank of India are both in the list. Now State Bank of India is on 43rd position and HDFC Bank is on 73rd position. Now if you see the largest banks of the world, then it is the Chinese bank. So ICBC is number 1. ICBC is Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. Second is also Chinese, third is also Chinese, fourth is also Chinese. So Agriculture Bank of China is at 2nd position, China Construction Bank is number 3 and Bank of China is at 4th position. At 5th and 6th we have American Bank, JP Morgan and Bank of America. Then we have HSBC, which is headquartered in London currently. BNP Paribas is at 8th position, the French organization. Credit Agricole from France, and at 10th position we have Mitsubishi Financial Group from Japan. So these are the largest banks in the world. Largest banks in the world. Is that understood? So China dominates when it comes to the largest banks of the world. State Bank of India has made us proud. State Bank of India's total assets are around $846 billion. But look at ICBC. Its assets are more than $6.6 trillion. $6.6 trillion, right? That is almost 2 times India's GDP. A portrait of a young Palestinian boy who lost both arms as a result of Israeli attack in Gaza was honored as 2025 World Press Photo of the Year. Now look at this photo. He is a Palestinian boy and he lost both of his arms in the bombing by Israel. So this is the World Press Photo of the Year. Now who took this photograph? So this photograph was taken by Mr. Samar Abu Alouf. Samar Abu Alouf. He is a Qatari photographer. So he took the photograph. And this photograph was published in New York Times, which is a newspaper based in New York in America. And more than 61,000 Palestinians, they have been killed so far in the war in Gaza. Even last year, the World Photo of the Year award was given to a Palestinian photojournalist called Mohammad Jadallah Salem last year. So this time there were more than 59,000 photographs and this has been declared the best. Now talking of awards, let me tell you here that there is a Chinese architect called Liu Jiaqan. He has won the 2025 Pritzker Award. Pritzker Award is considered as the highest award given in the field of architecture. So Pritzker Architecture Award was given to Liu Jiaqan of China. Liu Jiaqan of China. He is only the second person from China to win this award. And Pritzker Architecture Award is named after J. Pritzker, who was a businessman. This award was started by his wife in 1979. And this award is given by the Hyatt Foundation, which was founded by the wife of J. Pritzker, Hyatt Foundation, which is based in Chicago. So the prize includes 1 lakh US dollar grant and a bronze medal. Right? India's first prototype fast breeder reactor called PFBR is set to be commissioned by September 2026. This reactor will be located where? So pressurized. We currently have this pressurized fast breeder reactor. Very soon we will have these prototype fast breeder reactors, right? So it will be set up in Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. Now Tamil Nadu has two nuclear power plant. One is Kalpakkam and second one is Kundankulam. Kundankulam was made with the help of Russia. It is located in Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu, and we have Kalpakkam in Chennai. Kalpakkam, technically it is in Changalpattu district near Chennai. Okay, so this is India's first prototype fast breeder reactor. First of all, what is the meaning of a fast breeder reactor? A fast breeder reactor, it uses fast neutrons for energy generation, and it uses liquid sodium as a coolant instead of the heavy water. Heavy water is deuterium oxide. We don't use deuterium oxide here. We use liquid sodium as a coolant. So the innovative design enables the reactor to breed more fuel than it consumes, offering a sustainable solution to India's growing energy demand. Also, this prototype fast breeder reactor, it is powered by plutonium and uranium based mixed oxide fuel. So it uses plutonium plus uranium mixed oxide fuel, which has a very high efficiency in power generation. The Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, which is located in Kalpakkam, is responsible for design of this reactor, and the Advanced Fuel Fabrication Facility at Bhabha Atomic Research Center in Maharashtra is responsible for the mixed fuel fabrication. This mixed fuel is generated by Bhabha Atomic Research Center. And then BHEL is providing technology and equipment for construction of the reactor. Technology and construction equipment are provided by BHEL. Fuel is provided by Bhabha Atomic Research Center, and the design of the reactor is done by Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research. So this prototype fast breeder reactor is manufactured by Bhavini Bharatiya Nabhikiya Vidyut Nigam Limited, a government company set up in 2003 under the Department of Atomic Energy, and Department of Atomic Energy works under the Prime Minister's office. Construction began in 2004 and now it is complete. This is India's first prototype fast breeder reactor. What is the capacity of this reactor? 500 MWE. 500 MWE. Is that understood? Now India has a 3-stage nuclear program. Okay. This program was given by Homi Bhabha. And what are the 3 stages? So in the first stage, we will use pressurized heavy water reactor, which will use natural uranium and light water reactors. Second stage involves reprocessing the used fuel from the first stage to recover the plutonium to fuel fast breeder reactors. And in the third stage, we will use advanced heavy water reactor that will burn thorium plutonium fuel, and it will breed fissile uranium 233. So these are the 3 stages. So ultimate aim is to use thorium in India, instead of uranium, because we have largest thorium reserves in the world, 25%, but we have only 1 to 2% of uranium reserves in India, so that is why. But the problem is that thorium is more difficult to use than uranium as a fuel because it requires breeding, and global uranium prices are very low. Thorium will be very costly. So we will go step by step. In the first stage, we will use normal uranium 238, and we will convert it into uranium 235, which we will use as a fuel, right? And this is pressurized heavy water reactor. So we will use heavy water, that is deuterium oxide. We use deuterium oxide to slow down the neutrons, Now when we do the first stage reaction, then the reaction produces plutonium, that is Pu-239 and lot of energy. And in second stage, we will use this plutonium-239 that will be generated from the first stage. So in the second stage, we will use plutonium-239 along with uranium-238 in the prototype fast breeder reactor to produce energy. We will also use U-233, uranium-233. So this is what is set up. To implement stage 2, the Bhavini was set up. Bhavini was set up for stage 2 in 2003. And then we will have stage 3. So we have not yet reached stage 3. What will happen in stage 3? In stage 3, we will combine the plutonium-239 with thorium-232 to produce energy, and this will generate uranium-233, U-233. So this is our 3-stage nuclear program. Which state has launched the Mahila Samvad campaign? It is a very large-scale outreach initiative aimed at women's empowerment and strengthening grassroots governance. It has been launched by Bihar. The answer is Bihar. Mahila Samvad means what? Simply dialogue with women. Samvad means dialogue, Mahila means women. So what they will do, they want to engage 2 crore women in Bihar across 70,000 locations in Bihar. This campaign will run for 2 months. 2 months. So there will be a lot of these vehicles called Mahila Samvad Rath. They will go in different districts in more than 48,000 villages of Bihar. They will do conversation with women. They will try to understand their problems. And they will also make women aware of the schemes, like, all the schemes that Bihar is running for women. So all this will be done. All this will be done in Bihar. The women, they are very politically active. They have a lot of knowledge, and they also go out for vote, For example, in 2020 Bihar Assembly election, women's voter turnout was 59.7% in comparison to 54.7% for men. And Bihar is among the first states in India to give 50% of panchayat seats for women. Also 35% reservation for women is there in Bihar in the state government jobs. Dash has been announced as the winner of the Bharat Startup Grand Challenge, which company? By DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce, and this competition was organized in partnership with Startup India and Stride Ventures. So which company has won this hackathon? It is Plastics for Change. Plastic for Change is a private company based in Bangalore, and it was the winner. There were 120 startups which participated. This company was started, Plastics for Change, in 2015, and it basically is into plastic recycling. It is a company in plastic recycling. So Stride Ventures is a venture capital company which has committed more than $1 billion for Indian startups. This company was started in 2019. So for the winner, the Stride Ventures will invest up to 10 crore rupees. So Plastics for Change will get an investment of around 10 crore rupees. And we also celebrate National Startup Day in India on 16th of January. 16th of January. In fact, the Minister for Commerce Piyush Goyal launched the Bharat Startup Grand Challenge, on the National Startup Day. So this is a competition, and this year we celebrated 9 years of Startup India. Startup India was launched on 16th of January, and therefore 16th of January we celebrate as the National Startup Day. Right? India's first ever seed germination database, launched by which organization, offers over 1,000 germination techniques and is aimed at assisting restoration practitioners, nursery managers, and native plant enthusiasts. This is India's first database of seed germination. It has been set up by Ecological Restoration Alliance India, ERA-1. So it has more than 1,000 germination techniques for 465 native Indian plant species. 465 native Indian plant species, and this database project was started in September 2023. So 11 institutions, they contributed to creating this seed germination database. 11 institutes, they gave their contribution. So it has all the latest seed germination methods. From different countries, from our local knowledge. They have collated everything at one place. And seed germination database has been supported by the DCB Bank. The financial support was given by the DCB Bank. So here you can see the native plants, the Indian plants database that is there for seed germination for all of these, And let me also tell you here that India has made a pledge. So India wants to restore 26 million hectare of land by 2030. This is a degraded land. 26 million hectare of land India wants to restore. This is our commitment to the Bonn Challenge. Bonn Challenge was launched in Bonn city of Germany. It was launched in 2011 and they want to restore 350 million hectare of land worldwide. India has committed 26 million hectare of land to be restored. So we will restore this land using plantation of trees, etc. For that, seed germination is important. And Ecological Restoration Alliance, it was formed in July 2021. Basically, it is coming together of different organizations. It is a collaboration of individuals, organization, communities, ecologists, environmentalists, etc. It is headquartered in Coimbatore. So in Coimbatore, there is a place called Valparai. It is headquartered in Valparai in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. Now, Indian Army has successfully completed a high altitude adventure expedition called WAT, which covered a distance of 146 km from the northern region of West Bengal to Sikkim. 146 km is a distance that they traveled. So this was called Armex 24. And it ran for 28 days. It was a high altitude adventure expedition to test their leadership, endurance, and operational readiness in the extreme conditions. So they covered 146 km distance from the dense jungles of northern West Bengal to the snow-clad heights of Sikkim, right? From 22nd of March to 14th of April approximately. The conclusion was on 14th of April. UNESCO's latest publication, Global Education Monitoring Report, says that only what % of countries have legislations or standards regulating food and beverages in the schools, raises concerns over the global commitment to student health. Now in schools, whatever the food or drinks they are given to the student, in how many countries it is monitored? So only 60% of the countries, they have some sort of law or standards which regulate the food and beverages in the school. So this is a report given by UNESCO. So this report said that only 93 countries out of 187 they have some sort of legislation or compulsory standards in the school. And in fact, there is an alliance that was launched called School Meals Coalition. School Meal Coalition. It was launched in 2021 by the United Nations Food System Summit. And it was launched because of the efforts of Finland and France. And they started talking about how we can enhance the school meal programs. We can serve nutritional and hygienic meals in the school. Now India, talking of India, India has a scheme, midday meal. We now call it PM Poshan, Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman, which is run by the Ministry of Education. It is a scheme, and this is a scheme that covers more than 11 crore students in India, students who are studying in Balvatika or from class 1 to 8 in more than 10 lakh government schools in India. And currently the material cost in this scheme has increased by 9.5%. 9.5%. This is a data that was given by the Labour Bureau, Ministry of Labour. And this is a scheme by the Ministry of Education. It was earlier known as the National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. National Program for Midday Meal in Schools. And midday meal scheme was renamed to PM Poshan in 2021 September. The world's first half marathon featuring robots and human beings. You can see in this, the human beings and robots, they are running simultaneously. You must have not seen any such race, but this is the world's first. Where was it organized? It was organized in Beijing in China. It was a 21 kilometer race. Robots also ran, and machines and human beings side by side. 21 kilometer or 13 miles race. And these were the robots which were made by Chinese manufacturers like the Droid Up or Nautix. These are very large Chinese robotics companies. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and which company they have signed a MOU to launch AI Careers for Women. It is a pioneering skilling initiative which is aimed at empowering the women in higher education institutions to pursue the careers in artificial intelligence. So essentially, AI Careers for Women is a skill development program for women so that once they become skilled, they can work in higher education institutions like colleges and universities. The answer is Microsoft. The answer is Microsoft. So Microsoft will provide the skill development in the emerging technology segment, right? So Microsoft is going to provide 240 hours of video training. It's a 240 hours of training curriculum and it will be provided to them. Now look, this particular program 240 hours course has been prepared in consultation with National Council for Vocational Education and Training, NCVET. NCVET. Also, the training will be delivered in a hub and spoke model in partnership with the state government departments for higher education across a network of 30 centers of excellence. So 30 centers of excellence will be the hubs and 150 educational institutions of tier 2 and tier 3 towns will be the spokes across 6 states. So 30 centers of excellence are the places where which will provide the training, right? These are the hubs, and 150 institutions, the students or the women of which will benefit will be the spoke institutions. They will benefit around 20,000 learners. And by the way, this NCVET which I mentioned, National Council for Vocational Education and Training, it was set up in 2018. However, it is working since 2020. It is operational since 1st August 2020 and it works under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So it sets the standards for different courses for vocational education, training and skill development. Now, another very important point, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, they have collaborated with World Economic Forum for what? For India Skills Accelerator Initiative. For India Skills Accelerator Initiative. India Skills Accelerator is a public-private partnership. It's a public-private collaboration platform which is designed to, again, solve the complex challenges of skill development, the future skills, the deep skills, deep technology and all of that. So that is a very important point. They can ask an MCQ that Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has partnered with which organization to create India Skills Accelerator platform, right? And one more thing I will add here. Same Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, it has collaborated with the Niti Aayog to launch what? To launch Swavlambini. Swavlambini is a women entrepreneurship program. Women entrepreneurship program, right? So for that, they collaborated with the Niti Aayog. India's first fully designed artificial intelligence server, what is the name of it? It is equipped with 8 GPU capacity, 8 graphics processing unit capacity. So it was launched recently by Ashwani Vaishnav, the Minister for Electronics and IT, and it has been this server has been created by a company called VVDN Technology. It is called Adipoli. Now look, Adipoli is a Malayali word which means fantastic, great, fantastic, superb, and it is equipped with 8 graphic processing unit and it has been created by VVDN Technology. One more thing I will add here, this same company, VVDN Technology, it has created a Mechanical Innovation Park. Mechanical Innovation Park has been set up by VVDN Technology at the Global Innovation Park, which is in Manesar in Gurugram in Haryana. So in Manesar in Gurugram in Haryana, a Mechanical Innovation Park in the campus of Global Innovation Park has been set up by VVDN Technology. VVDN Technology. Also, the Ministry of Electronics and IT, they have collaborated recently with UNESCO and they have launched something called AI RAM program in India. AI RAM. What is AI RAM? AI RAM means Artificial Intelligence Readiness Assessment Methodology. Readiness Assessment, let me just write it quickly. Readiness Assessment Technology, or AI RAM. For that, Ministry of Electronics and IT partnered with UNESCO. International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, ICIMOD, has released HKH Snow Update, highlighting significant decline in the snow persistence across the Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra river basins of Indian subcontinent. As per this report, Hindu Kush Himalaya region has recorded below normal snow year in 2025 with snow persistence how much below normal, which is the lowest in the last 23 years. So 23.6%, the snow persistence is 23.6% below normal, which is the lowest in the last 23 years. What is snow persistence? Snow persistence means it is the duration, it is the time for which the snow remains on the ground after a snowfall. And it is very important for water supply in the Hindu Kush regions, it supporting the rivers, because ultimately when this snow melts, it gives rise to rivers. So the snow persistence time has reduced by 23.6%, which means the snow is melting fast. It is melting fast. And they have given this report for different basins. So for Ganga basin, you can see that the snow persistence has reduced by 24%. For Indus basin also, it has reduced by 24.5%. For Brahmaputra basin, it has reduced to minus 27.9%. It has decreased by 27.9%. So everywhere it is decreasing. Look at Mekong basin. In the Mekong area, the snow persistence has reduced by almost 50%. In Salween River in Myanmar, look at this 48.3% reduction in snow persistence. This shows climate change. Nobody can deny climate change. And what is this ICIMOD, which has done this study? So ICIMOD is basically an organization. It is a regional organization. It was set up in 1981. And there are 8 countries which are a member of this. So basically the Hindu Kush and Himalaya region, these are those members. So we talk about Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar, Nepal and Pakistan. These are the countries which share either the Hindu Kush or the Himalaya region. And where is the headquarters of ICIMOD? It is in Lalitpur in Nepal. Lalitpur, Nepal is the headquarters of ICIMOD. Do we have any other global headquarters in Nepal? Yes, SAARC. SAARC is headquartered in Kathmandu, which is the capital of Nepal. Is that clear? Let us move on. Which country has started project SEACURE? It's a pilot project which seeks to extract the carbon dioxide directly from the seawater. Well, seawater contains a lot of carbon dioxide. Can we remove that and make it more useful? Yes, we can. So this is called project SEACURE. It has been started in Britain. And it was launched in a place in Britain called Weymouth. So what they want to do, they want to extract carbon dioxide directly from seawater. And for that, they are exploring innovative technologies. So they will target that part of the ocean where the carbon dioxide concentration is very high. And look, this project is undertaken by a lot of universities. Like we have the University of Exeter, we have the Plymouth University, we have Brunel University. We have, so many universities which are a part of this, right? This is called project SEACURE. You don't need to go too much into detail in this. So what they will do, how they will achieve it? So what they will do is they will take a part of the ocean and they will acidify the seawater. When the seawater gets acidified in a small area, then the dissolved carbon will be converted to gaseous carbon. And then this gaseous carbon you can capture and you can store it. Right? Which company has developed aerostatic drone? It's a first of its kind in India, designed with high endurance and aerostatically stable capabilities to deploy for forest surveillance, wildlife monitoring, border and disaster surveillance application. What is aerostatic drone? Now imagine there is a drone which you have fired from the surface of the earth. So this is earth and this is a drone. Okay, D, this is a drone. Now usually drones need a continuous supply of energy for remaining in the air. But aerostatic drones, they will need energy only to go from the surface of the earth to a point higher than the earth. But once there, they will just float in the air. They will not need energy. So aerostatic drones are made like that. They are very energy efficient because They have very good buoyancy, they have very good aerodynamics, so they don't need a continuous supply of energy. They are very energy efficient, so therefore they will stay in the in the air for a considerable amount of time, and they do not require constant thrust to stay afloat in the air, which makes them very cost effective. And they are very silent also, right? Very versatile. They are mainly used for surveillance. So first time in India, Airbotics Technologies is a company, Airbotics Technology, which is a company based in Gurugram in Haryana. They have developed it with the support of Nectar. What is Nectar? They have developed it in collaboration with Nectar. Now look, Nectar means it is a organization which works under the Ministry of Science and Technology. And what is Nectar? Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach, or Nectar. So this company, Airbotics Technology, has developed it in collaboration with Nectar. These aerostatic drone, they can stay in the air for like 4 hours continuously. And they will be also useful for nighttime surveillance also. And look, Nectar is a body which is headquartered in Shillong in Meghalaya. It was set up in 2012 by the Department of Science and Technology. Department of Science and Technology. So let us move on. 2025 Laurea's World Sports Awards celebrated its 25th anniversary with a grand ceremony in Madrid, capital of Spain. During the ceremony, who was given the Laurea's Lifetime Achievement Award? It was given to Kelly Slater. He is an American surfer who has been a world champion multiple times. These awards are also called Oscars of sports. Very prestigious awards. They are celebrating their silver jubilee. Laurea's is an organization that is based in Britain. It is based in Britain. You can see World Sportsman of the Year is Mondo Duplantis. Now, if you don't know Mondo Duplantis, then you should know. I mean, he is a Swedish pole vaulter. He breaks his own record in pole vault every time. World Sportswoman of the Year is Simone Biles. She is an American gymnast. These two are the most important. And then Laurea's World Breakthrough of the Year was given to Lamine Yamal. He is a Spanish football player. Then Laurea's World Sportsperson of the Year with a disability was given to Jiang Yuan. Okay, Jiang Yuan is a Chinese swimmer, Chinese Paralympic swimmer. And Laurea's Sport for Good award was given to an organization called Kick for Life. Sporting Icon award was given to Spanish tennis player Rafael Nadal. And Lifetime Achievement award was given to Kelly Slater, who is an American surfer. So these are the awards, complete list. And these awards were started in 1999. First ceremony happened in 2000, in the year 2000. Which state has introduced a landmark reform in land governance through Bhu Bharti portal, which seeks to correct the loopholes and address the widespread grievances that arose from the earlier Dharani portal system? So Dharani was a very famous land digitization portal of the government of Telangana, but it was not very successful. I mean, there were a lot of loopholes in Dharani, right? So there were a lot of grievances of the people. Now they have launched another portal called Bhu Bharti, which will replace the old Dharani portal. And, it will help in digitizing the land records. Digitizing the land records. Dharani portal was launched in 2020. 2020. Also, what about Andhra Pradesh? Does Andhra Pradesh also has similar portals? Yes, Andhra also has this portal. For example, there is a portal called Me Bhumi. Me Bhumi is a portal of Andhra. Then there is another portal in Andhra which is called Bhudar portal and Bhu Seva portal. So all of these are Andhra portal. Me Bhumi, Bhudar, Bhu Seva, but Bhu Bharti and Dharani, they are the portals of Telangana. So don't get confused between all of them, and they do similar job. Department of Science and Tech, which works under the Ministry of Science and Tech, has launched a program called Evolutions, Electric Vehicle Solutions led by Startups program to boost the manufacturing of electric vehicle components within India. This program is implemented in collaboration with Ministry of Heavy Industries and which ministry or which organization? The answer is Automotive Component Manufacturers Association of India, ACMA. So basically there are two ministries which are collaborating and launching this program called Evolution. The idea is to increase the manufacturing of electric vehicle components or spare parts in India. So that is what this program is about. And they will help the selected startups in demonstration, testing, validation of components, establishing industry contacts, and all these things, right? So if you have a startup, if you have any proof of concept, anything, idea, and you want to convert that idea into a big industry or a commercially viable product, then this is the right program for you. From the proof of concept till a commercially viable product, you can take it in evolutions program. So it will cover those components which are for two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, e-buses, even public charging infrastructure. So how will they help you? Well, the startups who have shown good capability in developing spare parts or components or material, they will get a grant of 50 lakh rupees. They will get a grant of 50 lakh rupees. Understood? Including 30 lakh in the form of equity linked instrument. So out of this 50 lakh, 30 lakh will be in the form of equity linked instrument. Total will be 50 lakh. 50 lakh grant they will get. And this Automotive Component Manufacturers Association is an organization that was founded in 1959, and it is an organization that represents all the manufacturers in the Indian auto component industry. It is headquartered in New Delhi. Here I would also like to tell you that there is a company called Airbotics. Now this company Airbotics has partnered with an organization called Nectar, which works under the Department of Science and Tech. And with the support of Nectar, Airbotics is launching aerostatic drones in India. They can stay in the air for 4 hours and they are very energy efficient. Also, the Ministry of Electronics and IT, so there is a company called VVDN Technology. It has set up a mechanical innovation park in Gurugram, Manesar in Haryana, and it has also created Adipoli, India's first indigenous AI server. All of these are good questions. World Economic Outlook is a report that is released by the International Monetary Fund. So their April update says that what will be the India's GDP growth rate? What is the forecast by the International Monetary Fund? And this is their latest update which came in the month of April. So the answer is 6.2%. Let me show you. So you see here, you can see India here, right? You can see 6.2 for financial year 26, and for financial year 27, that is 2026-27, it will be 6.3%. 6.3%. Now look, they have reduced it, earlier, for example, for financial year 26, they were saying 6.5, but they have reduced it by 30 basis points. In their January update, they were saying 6.5. Now they have reduced it. And what about the global growth rate? So global growth rate will be 2.8%. Here you can see 2.8% in 2025-26 and 3% in 2026-27. So this is the projection by International Monetary Fund, which is based in Washington. As per a joint report by the Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII, and CBRE, real estate in the top 6 Indian cities received $26.6 billion of equity inflow between 2025 and 2024, that is 2 calendar years. Which of the following city has topped the real estate equity investment with the highest inflow of $6.9 billion? Real estate investment highest in 2 years was received by which of the following Indian city out of these 4? The answer is Mumbai, of course. The answer is Mumbai. And CII is headquartered in New Delhi. And CBRE basically is a group. CBRE is a group that is based in Texas in America. It is into real estate analysis. It provides real estate services. So 26% of all the money that came in India in real estate investment came to Mumbai, right? Out of 26.6 billion, 26% or $6.9 billion came in Mumbai. Then if you take into account Mumbai, Delhi, NCR and Bangalore, they attracted around 16.5 billion or 62% in these 2 years. So Mumbai was number 1, Delhi NCR was number 2, and Bangalore was number 3. And if you add the top 3, it was around 62% of the investment or 16.5 billion out of the total, that is $26.6 billion. There is a report, South Asia Development Update Report, called Taxing Times. India's GDP growth forecast for financial year 26 has trimmed to 6.3%. Which organization has given this report? So this is a report given by the World Bank Group. Here you can see. So the answer is option D. The answer is option D. World Bank is saying that India will grow according to this report Taxing Times at 6.3, which is slightly more than what IMF is saying at around 6.2%. This is a projection by the World Bank Group. World Bank Group. Now what about Reserve Bank of India? Reserve Bank of India also in the month of April they said that India will grow at 6.5%. Earlier RBI was saying 6.7. So most of these organizations they have reduced their projection for India. Which company has become only the third Indian company, to achieve 15 lakh crore market capitalization? It is HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank. So Reliance Industries was the first, and TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, was the second, and now HDFC Bank is only the third to touch a market cap of 15 trillion rupees or 15 lakh crore. 15 lakh crore. Also, you can see ICICI Bank for the first time has crossed the market cap of 10 lakh crore or 10 trillion rupees. Now there are only 5 companies in India which have a market cap of more than 10 lakh crore. Reliance, HDFC, TCS, Bharti Airtel and ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. Now HDFC Bank is a domestic systemically important bank. It was in news for one more reason. Because it has collaborated with the Indian Army to expand a project called Project Naman. Project Naman is a project of the Indian Army. It's an initiative aimed at supporting the army veterans, their families and their relatives. So HDFC Bank partnered with the Indian Army and Common Service Center Academy, which works under the Ministry of Electronics and IT, because all the common service centers, they work under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. And of course, you must be knowing HDFC's program called Parivartan, where HDFC is trying to promote economic inclusiveness for veterans and their families. So Parivartan is also a project of HDFC Bank, and Naman is a project of Indian Army. Naman was launched in August 2024 by the Indian Army. And HDFC Bank was in news for one more reason. HDFC Bank, under its Parivartan program, has signed a MOU with the Indian Air Force and again Common Service Center Academy to launch a project called Project HAKK, 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 Hawaii Anubhavi Kalyan Kendra, in short, HAKK. So Project HAKK is basically again to provide financial services, skill development and economic inclusiveness to the families of the Indian Air Force people. Hawaii means, Hawaii is like air, Hawaii, arrow, like that. Anubhavi means experienced. Kalyan Kendra is like a welfare center. Recently, which city is set to make history as the first city globally to operate entirely on renewable energy? So this is Amravati, which is being developed as the, capital of Andhra Pradesh. So it will be the first city globally to operate entirely on renewable energy. How? So 2700 megawatt of green energy, which includes solar power, wind power, hydropower. It will be lit up using 2700 megawatt of green energy. And this is a city that is located between Vijayawada and Guntur. And 65,000 crore project, spread across 217 square kilometer. Very big project. And it will have a lot of green buildings. The public transport will be state of the art. Amravati Metro, electric buses will run. Solar power. A lot of things are happening in that area also here. So all that is coming up in Amravati. Maharashtra Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan has conferred the 3rd edition of Yashraj Bharti Samman Award to 3 notable grassroots level organizations. Which organization has not received the award? Yash Raj Bharti Samman was not given to Akshay Patra Foundation, but Pratham Education Foundation based in Delhi, Services Plus Platform and Jan Swasthya Sahayog. These 3 organizations have received the award. Let me tell you a little bit about Yash Raj Bharti Samman. Yash Raj Bharti Samman is given by Yash Raj Bharti Foundation, and we call it Yash Raj Research Foundation, YRF, which gives this award. And this award was set up to honor those organizations which are doing work at the grassroots. So YRF or Yashraj Research Foundation gives this award, and it has been given to 3 organizations. Now, what is Jan Swasthya Sahayog? Jan Swasthya Sahayog is a organization which works for the tribal people in the rural areas of Chhattisgarh. Again, it's an NGO, right? Pratham is our organization which is into mainly education, and then we have something called Services Plus Platform. Services Plus Platform. Services Plus Platform is a platform that is a platform of National Informatics Center, NIC, which works under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. National Informatics Center. It's a digital platform for providing digital services to the citizens. So these 3 have got it, right? And this event was held in Mumbai, and the award was given to these organizations. This is only the 3rd time that this award has been given. Yashraj Bharti Samman. Not a very important award, I would say. Who among the following has been honored as a leading men's cricketer in the world in the prestigious Wisden Cricket Awards? Wisden is known as the Bible of cricket. So leading men's cricketer in the world is Jasprit Bumrah, legendary Indian fast bowler. Jasprit Bumrah. Let me show you other awards also. So Wisden Cricketer of the Year. So there were 5 cricketers who are chosen and who are declared cricketers of the year, but leading cricketer is only 1. So leading cricketer is Jasprit Bumrah. There is no doubt about that. And let me tell you who are the cricketers of the year. 5 Wisden cricketers of the year. So they are Goose Atkinson, then we have Jamie Smith, Sophie Ecclestone. They are all from England. We have Liam Dawson, and we have Dan Worrell. I mean, all of them are from England. The Wisden Trophy is given to that player who produces the most exceptional performance in test matches in the last 12 months. Then leading cricketer, which means the best. So best is Jasprit Bumrah among the men, and Smriti Mandhana. So both the leading cricketers in the world are Indian. Then we have leading T20 player is West Indies batsman Nicholas Pooran. And Wisden Photograph of the Year award is a photo showing Nathan Lyon and almost the entire Australian team appealing for an LBW against India's Mohammad Siraj at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. This was the Wisden Photograph of the Year. So that was the video for best 300 MCQs for the month of April. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. I'll see you very soon in part 4. Thank you for watching.